Hello everyone, my name is Alessandro Baldasseroni and I'm lead character artist at NVIDIA. In this video I want to show you a quick lighting setup with HDRI lighting in Maya and Arnold, and we're going to use GPU rendering. So the first thing you want to do is to be sure that you have the latest Arnold core, which is like 5.4, and the latest Maya to Arnold, which is 3.3, or one of the latest, just to be sure that you can basically access to this feature here, which allows you to use the GPU rendering, which is currently in beta. So go to the system panel, activate GPU instead of like CPU, which is the default. And another thing you want to do is to use the AOV panel. You want to use the optic denoiser, the noise beauty AOV. And that's pretty much it for now. Let's leave the Arnold renderer parameters of anti-aliasing to 3 for now. So let's get going. And first thing to do is to open a model. So this is an astronaut model I've done for lunar landing demo for NVIDIA. And of course, if we try to render now, we basically see black because there's no lighting in the scene. So first thing we want to do is probably to create a camera for our character. So let's call it camera full body. Let's check the resolution gate, which is obviously not ideal for a full body render, and this resolution comes from the common panel, and it's basically 960 by 540 by default. So let's change it to 800 by 1024, an example, something more vertical. Also we want to change the overscan to maybe 1.7 so we can see everything comfortably in the viewport. And focal length, instead of 35, maybe we want something more orthographic. Let's try 80. Yeah, this is fine. At this point, we can start introducing our HDRI lighting in the form of a SkyDome light. So Arnold light, SkyDome light, and basically creates this structure here. So if we have a look at the parameters, by default the light is white. So we start rendering now. This is what we get. Of course, you want to render with an HDRI map. So first thing to do is to actually plug an HDRI map into the color slot. So file, and let's pick up something like this, which is just a sunny day type of scene. We have activated, of course, like 3D manipulation, so we can rotate the model directly from the Arnold render view, as you can see. We don't have a specific idea right now. I mean, we can have like an idea where the light is actually hitting and the shadows are falling, but we don't have any reference because we didn't import any background mesh. I like to have a background mesh because I can obviously like see the shadows on the background. And that helps me to even like compositing things like further if you want to do a character sheet. One thing that you can do right now is to maybe kill the visibility of your HDRI through the camera. So if you put this like parameter to 0, we have completely dark background. And this can be useful in some situation where you definitely don't want to see your HDRI in the background. But since we're going to introduce a background mesh, we can definitely leave this one to 1 So let's import our background mesh. There you go. In my case, it's something very simple. It's basically, as far as geometry, it's just a folded plane. Let's rotate the astronaut a little bit more, facing forward. And let's render again. So this way we can basically see exactly where the shadows are falling. Also, if we switch to the denoiser, of course the image is like much cleaner, and it really like develops in like in a matter of milliseconds. See how fast is the optic denoiser actually processing the image. So this is great if you want to quickly look dev your scene. It really takes like milliseconds. Of course, you can also, if you rotate the SkyDome, you can definitely rotate the lighting the way you want, making sure that the shadows like fall properly on your character. So when you're happy, the next thing you can probably do, let's say that now I'm happy with the lighting on my character. You maybe want to try to experiment with different light domes to see how your materials actually react in different lighting conditions. In this case, I have this simple like blend shader, but in some other cases, obviously, like when you have like texturing and shading, you want to test in different lighting scenarios. So what you can do is clearly, let's call this thing sunny day. You can duplicate it and hide the old one, and let's say maybe I want a dusk type of lighting. So let's pick up the proper sorry, it was here. Let's pick up another map corresponding to dusk scenario like this. So let's render again. And this clearly is a totally different lighting scenario, as you can see. It took me like nothing to set it up. And of course you can turn on and off and go from one lighting scenario to another, just like turning on and off the SkyDomes, basically. Yeah, it's very intuitive. Another thing that you wanna do is probably to introduce a rim light in the back of your character, just to highlight you know, the silhouette of your character in contrast with the background. In this case, my background is light. I mean, he has a light color, but let's say it's like was darker. You can definitely introduce this like rim light that basically creates more contrast with the background. So let's do that. Let's go to Arnold, lights, area light, scale of my scene. It's pretty big, so we want to scale up the newly created area light, and we want to position it in the back, more or less at this angle, just like a reflector, the kind of reflectors that they use in studio lighting. So if we try to render now, let's see if we can see the contribution of this area light. We don't see much probably because of the scale of the scene. So you want to unflag normalize, and you want to probably crank the intensity to maybe 10. Yeah, we start to definitely see something this way, and we can always like interactively change the position of our lighting to get the desired result. Yeah, it really depends on what kind of like level of finesse you want to achieve. Let's see how fast is actually the GPU rendering. So one last thing I want to show you is to set up different frames with different angles for your character sheet. What I'm talking about is something like this. The goal is to make something like this. So as you can see, you have like 3/4 front, 3/4 back and side, but you don't really necessarily want to render a turntable. So let's quickly set this up. Let's put, in example, 4 frames in your timelines, and then in your rotate Y slot, you can start key selected, and then you move to the second frame and you rotate 3/4, key selected, you move to the third frame, 3/4 back, key selected, and then your last frame you probably want something more like a side view, and again key selected. So now when I play my timeline, I have 4 different frames that I can render. I can render like individually, or I can batch render. That's what exactly I'm talking about. And of course, the position of the rim light relatively to your model stays the same, because we rotated the lighting. We didn't rotate the camera. We didn't rotate anything. Just the model. So the frames are basically consistent with each other in terms of positioning of the light itself. So this is a very quick lighting setup without not going too much into details when it comes to the rendering parameters. Hope that somehow it helps you, and thank you so much for watching.